Allergy.org/ready to act.
It's amazing.
I could already tell the type of fun you like to have, Benjamin.
No, you juice, you'll be on the exact same type of time. Don't you say something like, keeping it juicy?
I don't condone these actions.
Voices defining a generation.
Hi. No, that's you.
Yes, that is me, Madam Vice President.
The most impactful commentary.
Can I talk to a Dame Dollar real quick? Glorilla shot her shot at you. You giving that any kind of action? It's 7 p.m. Friday.
That is hilarious.
Real news, real lives, the juiciest conversations.
I feel like there are more selfish people in the world today than ever before.
I think you're right, Juice. A lot of people are lacking compassion for the next and are only ever looking at what can be done for me and not what can be done for me in my community.
Milwaukee, you know what time it is.
All about the Benjamins.
Bringing you pop culture, sports, and all the trending topics.
Gen Z need help.
Here we go. You already know we got to get into it.
No. It's really juicy.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studios in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here are your award-winning hosts, Ben Jammin and Carrie Noni Juice.
Early in the morning, woo! I know somebody on me, woo! But it's time to get the money, bro. Woo! You can't act funny, but that money, yo. Early in the morning, woo! Can I hit it in the morning, woo? But you gotta feed them kids. Chin with juice. Y'all know what the business is. What? I said what? I said what? I said what? It's Jim with juice. I know what the business is. What? I said, okay. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, first, get it,
What's up? Oh, we.
Fresh in
True
this.
Nation and all the juicy jammers out there. What is poppin'? And good morning, Milwaukee.
Okay.
You are now tapped into, sipping on,
right?
and most importantly, y'all are waking up to the best morning radio show in the world.
I know
that's right. I'm talking about Jammin' with Juice, baby. I am your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. And of course, I got my boy Ben Jammin' with me in his lovely shirt today.
It is amazing.
Loving the summer vibes, my good brother.
Summer vibes.
My
today.
co-star?
Yeah, you know what it is. Today's a heat advisory, so I'm ready for the heat.
You ready for the heat?
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. We also got Glenn on the ones and twos.
What it do?
Shout out to Glenn on the ones and twos, and we are live from the American Family Insurance Studios here at the Avenue.
Wait, before we do all that, can we say shout out to Andrew?
I didn't know if we were introducing for real right yet.
Well, shout out to Andrew, man. That's our white guy in the back, man.
Oh my gosh. All right. He said it, not me. Not this time around. Don't give me HR. But anyway, you guys, make sure you are on our YouTube page at 101.7 The Truth so you can watch us do this show live, get the full experience of jamming with juice, because like we always say, it get a little bit crazy. And it's already crazy over here in our YouTube chat full of our juicy jammers ready to get it cracking on this lovely Tsunami Thursday. Okay? So you already know we got to do our morning roll call. So Glenn, can you please give me my theme music? All right, we got SE in the YouTube chat this morning.
Good morning, SE.
We got Willie Graves in the YouTube chat this morning. We got Kawanda in the YouTube chat this morning. We got Jeff in the YouTube chat this morning. We got Sincere, who is in the YouTube chat. We got Tyler, Sylvia, Anita Nicole, somebody by the name of McNutt, Nina Jones, Sierra, Princess Beverly Ann.
Good morning.
Theo,
good morning.
Millie Too
Sierra,
Free,
good morning. Princess
Kwame,
Beverly, and Rise and
Tracy.
Shine, Queen, I got you.
All right, I think that's
Sylvia
everyone.
Coleman, good morning.
Yes.
Trey, top of the morning to you. Kwame Barnes, good morning, family. Millie Too Free, good morning. Theo Jenkins, Jack of all trades, good. Tanya, good morning.
All right.
How to get it cracking like that?
How you doing, Ben? You are ready for the heat. You know, it's supposed
Yeah.
to be extremely hot today, you guys, just like how it was yesterday. They said the heat index was through the roof, okay? It was so hot in there, they needed to bring Nelly. You know what I'm saying? But
talk that
it's going to
talk.
be even hotter today, and it's supposed to rain, I think, later, too. So I'm already knowing that that's not going to be a good mixture. Make
Yeah.
sure you guys are checking on your loved ones. In this heat, if they don't have, central air or AC or none of that stuff, it can be real crazy out here. And don't be taking y'all dogs out. I be seeing people walking their dogs in this heat, and I be feeling so bad. It's not even good for their little paws. It could be a little hot. So,
You know-
take care in this heat, y'all. We got to make sure we checking on each other.
I would definitely say make certain if you do walk your dog today, only do it for about like 10, 15 minutes and bring them right back inside. Dogs, we forget, they got fur, which means they get a little more hotter than we do. All right, so if they outside playing and stuff like that, bring them back in. Bring them back in, man. Give them some AC. Let them sit underneath the AC today, man, especially if you love your dog. Like I love my dog, my dog, Baby Hazel.
Ruff, ruff.
Ruff, rough. Yeah, man, but
You said you had something to tell me.
Nah, man, you know what? What I truly had to tell you, Juice, is that I love Truth Nation. Like, I love
Whoa.
Truth Nation, man, because, like, Truth Nation really be coming through for us, and they really out here supporting us, man. Yesterday, I had the pleasure to go see, I went over to go see, what is it called? I'm blanking right now. I went over to, what's the black historic place that we have over here? Brownstone.
Lounge?
Wasn't Brownstone Lounge.
It was on water?
Nah, it's actually on MLK. What is the
Honeybee?
what is the section called? It's
Bronzeville?
Bronzeville. It was Bronzeville like Plaza or something like that. Anyway,
Collective?
Bronzeville Collective. Thank you so
Oh.
much, Juice. It's early in AM. Yes, I went over to Bronzeville Collective and I saw a girl by the name of Lilo up over there. She was very, very, informative about what they got going on, talking about the spiritual practice and then also talking about artistry. But I ended up meeting a young lady there by the name of, I want to say her name was Kamisha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, her name was Kamisha, and she owns a business called Our Memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Our Memories basically is a business that helps out people who have or supports people who have dementia. And I just found that to be so heartwarming, right? Even when I had first met Kamisha or whatever, I'm talking for a brief moment, and she was talking, and I was talking to her, and she was like, "Wait, what? You been jamming? Oh man, you been jamming? Hey, I listen to y'all every morning. You be cutting up.
Aw,
You be cutting
shout out
up, man,
Kamisha.
jamming." So I was like, dang man, that really warmed my heart when I'm out and about and I actually meet people who listen to our show. She just listened to the radio version because if she would have watched us on the YouTube or whatever, she would have actually been able to put a face to the voice, right?
Yeah.
But she just listened to the radio version of it. So it's like, dang, that was dope. So then I ended up going to an event last night. I ended up going to an event.
You popped out, bro?
Yeah, I popped out. Man. I was at an Old National Bank event yesterday at Discovery World. Went down to Discovery World. I'm kicking it, being Ben Jammin, the Ben Jammin that I always am and stuff. I pull up, see Abdul, I see Danielle, I see possibly a future employee of GKB, but I also end up running into this lady, and I forget what her name was. I think it was like Jessica or Jenny, something like that, right? But Jenny was actually an avid listener of 101.7 The Truth, and she was like, "Okay, you Ben Jammin, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Ben Jammin." And she gets to questioning me, almost as she's like testing my knowledge and stuff.
On if you're who you say you are?
Yeah, and then she was like, "Do you know who Kiana is?" I was like, "Yeah, I know who Kiana is. I haven't heard from Kiana since like January. I haven't heard from Kiana since like January." She was like, "You know the reason why you haven't heard from her?" I was like, "Why? Like, what's going on? Why we haven't heard from Kiana in so long?" She was always calling in, always had something positive to say, always had some gems to drop. But she ended up telling me that basically that Kiana's brother, he ended up suffering from either a heart attack or a stroke. And unfortunately he is kind of brain dead right now. So
Oh, man.
yeah. So Kiana ended up taking off of like everything, like from work, from just her normal day-to-day duties to go take care of her brother. And so
Right.
she actually took him nursing to go take care of her brother. But anyway, the lady, she was like, Kiana's actually my best friend. I'm gonna give her a call really quick. I'm like, you finna give her a call? She's like, yeah, I'm finna put you on the phone with her. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, do you know this is what I do? You know what I'm saying? So like, go ahead, give her a call, and we'll give her a surprise phone call. So,
Yeah.
so the lady calls and was like, hey, Kiana, you'll never guess who I got standing next to me right now. She's like, who you got next to you, girl? so then she passed the phone over. She passed the phone over, and I'm like, it's amazing. And she's like, what? Benjamin, how you been? I'm like, dang, Kiana, how have you been? I haven't heard from you in so long. She's like, I'm just making it through. And I was like, you know what? I heard about your brother, and I just want to give you all my blessings. I want to bless you, and whatever positive words, affirmation I can give you, I'm gonna give you. And that conversation I'll leave in between me and Kiana, but it meant so much to her for me to just call and for me to get in contact with her, so to speak, and give her some uplifting, motivating, positive vibes, so to
Yeah.
speak, because we all go through our battles and our trials and tribulations, but you never know how your voice goes to affect the next person and how you may uplift that person, and I'm just glad that I could be that for Kiana yesterday. So Kiana, if you're listening, Kamisha, if you're listening, man, you two women are some of the biggest reasons why I wake up every morning and do this show. Because at the end of the day, I know each and every time I'm speaking, I'm motivating somebody, I'm inspiring somebody, I'm helping somebody get through their day. And then thirdly, Juice,
Oh my God, you had a busy yesterday, fam.
I did. So this still happened while I was at the Old National Bank event. Mind you, the event had a free wine. It was an open bar.
Oh, gosh.
They had nice food.
Don't
some
let me
salmon.
ask how much you ate and drank. Did you fall asleep again, Benjamin?
I was good. I took my pictures, did my social media stuff that I was supposed to do. But then I ended up going out back where they had a nice band playing. It was a blues band. There was a blues band back there. And as I'm back there, there's a gentleman, and you've met him before, but his name is Eric Halvey. I was about to say Eric Halvey. No, Eric Halvey is his name, and he goes by like Bert something. Anyway, end up chopping it up with that gentleman, and as I'm talking to him, a security guy was like, hold up, wait, who is you, bro? And I was like, oh, I'm Benjamin. He was like, oh, man, you Benjamin. He was like, oh, man, it's so good to see you, bro. I've been listening to y'all since 2021. He was like, I'm good friends with Wiki Blue. He was like, I'm good friends with Wiki Blue, and Wiki put me on to y'all, man. And ever since, I've been listening to you and watching you since you were producer with Tori Lowe till now, And he was like, you and Carrie Noni Juice, man, y'all on the show pretty good. And mind you, he was the old timer. He was like 67. But me and him ended up having a really great dialogue about the man of today. We had a really great dialogue of why black people are the way we are today. Talk about Milwaukee teens fighting and stuff like that. Had a really great conversation. I ended up ultimately, taking in a lot of his gems and jewels. So with that being said, the gentleman said his name is George Parker. Yep, George Parker. George Parker, if you're listening, man, thank you so much for taking time out of your day while you're working to spend some time with a youngster like me, and giving me some game on life. Because I appreciate it, man. That's why we need to, celebrate our elders, man, and keep them near and dear to our hearts.
That is beautiful. I almost said something.
What you gonna say, bro?
That's what I was
You finna kill the mode and stuff, huh?
That's what I was like, you know what? I'm a chill. But shout out to all our certified Juicy Gemmers out there, man.
Yeah, shout out to
making
all
Benjamin's
y'all.
day all special and stuff.
Man. Because like we've said it before, Juice. We sit on these airwaves and we talk to each other all the time. Like, I mean, for real though, like half the conversations that y'all hear us have, we actually have outside as well. But it's another thing when we can go outside these airwaves and actually see the people who support us. And it's just like, dang, like I never knew I had that big of an impact in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got people listening from all over, man.
Yeah, for all over the
when I'm
world.
telling you, people will recognize my voice, and all like when I'm on the mic at Marquette games and Brewers games, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you Noni Juice?" I'm just starting to get it more often, so it's very surreal that
it's surreal.
It's going down how it's going down,
Words.
and things were popping off how they were popping off, you know. And so I'm just proud of us both, you know,
Right.
not to, you know, be on a soapbox as they call it, right?
To toot your own horn and everything. But that's my
But
thing,
it's
though.
it's really cool to see. You know, I finally made my post about the women in
I
media
saw it.
meetup that I had did,
Yup.
and so many other women are interested in being a part of it now. And
Good.
so I'm so
ball
excited
rolling.
to that I finally did something that I've been wanting to do. You know,
Yeah.
that's a really great feeling when you can feel accomplished about yourself and the things that you want to put your mind to, and you actually go forward and make it happen, you know? I think the hardest part, and I'll just say this real quick, I think the hardest part about, you know, being a creative or being, you know, a content person is taking your ideas from, you know, just ideation to execution. A lot of people get stuck in that middle area of how to actually execute. And I was looking at a video on social media. Shout out social media. It's just got a lot of gems, you know, and all the mess. If you curate your feed how you want to curate your feed, you can find some really good gems in there. But when somebody told me, not someone told me, but someone made a video saying that the most successful people are the ones who can quickly turn their ideas from ideation to execution. So if you have an idea in your head and like, how long does it take you to actually finally make that come to fruition? You know, does it take 5 hours? Does it take 20 minutes? Does it take 3 days? Does it take 3 months? Does it take 5 years? Because the most successful people, they're going to make that idea to execution happen immediately. Even if they're not fully prepared for it and it's not perfect, they learn as they go. But you actually have to put your idea into motion for things to actually even happen. So for anybody out there who's been sitting on an idea that they just been wanting to do, just go do it. You know, like, even if it's not exactly how you want it to be right away,
just start.
you still have to put it out there because it will get better with time. And that's just something that I am learning, you know. So to be successful, how long does it take for your idea to go to execution? Those are the most successful people who can get it done quickly, very, very quickly. So,
Man.
yes, y'all.
I'm glad you could learn that from me. I'm glad you learned that from me, Juice.
I learned what from you?
I'm glad you learned that from me.
What did I learn from you?
You know, just starting
When it comes to executing ideas. Don't get me started. We just had a lovely moment here on these airwaves,
What,
man.
Juice? You telling me you didn't learn that from me, bro?
Get me started. I didn't learn that necessarily from you. I've learned other things from you. I will say, I will never not give you your credit for that.
I told you just gotta start.
But
Juice.
that one, bro, that one specifically of the ideas to execution, because I be on your tail about your. How long did it take for Hollywood Hook's album to come out, y'all?
It took a minute.
How long did I tell Ben to keep putting out his music? He still don't got the feel of me. I'm gonna keep putting pressure on you to put your music out there. People want to hear it, bro.
No, it's coming out, man. I'm telling
Idea
you,
to
I'm in album mode.
execution.
I am in album mode, all right, but you know, I'm just going to
I believe in you.
I'm gonna take. I know you do, and I really do appreciate that about you. And I believe it in you too. You know, I think that's what makes our dynamic work. You know, we ain't no haters. You know, we ain't no scrubs. We actually over here supporting one another. Because really, truth be told, I guess I'm gonna put the stamp down right here. We talk about it all the time off air, but I mean, we really are the future of the media.
Okay.
You know, we really are the future of the media game, especially up here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at the masculine and feminine ideas of that. So hey. Cheers to pioneering the future.
Cheers!
Hey!
Where's your cup?
Oh, wait, you?
Where's your cup?
It's by the sink, man.
Ben ain't been using my cup I bought him, y'all.
Why you do that?
All right, anyway.
Why are you turning? We was just about to cheers and celebrate.
Because we talked about it yesterday. Anyway, you guys.
You putting bad luck out there.
We
now.
are going to take a 3-minute juice break, but when we come back, we're going to get into something juicy. But also, you guys, if you are on our YouTube, you can see what the title is for today. Are women growing more uncomfortable with men in this generation? We have 2 examples of some news that has just dropped yesterday, and we want to talk about it with you guys. It has to do with women pretty much seeing if they could trust men, y'all. Like, can they really fully trust men today? Or are they just so uncomfortable with them where they're like, I don't even want to be around no men no more. All right? Do y'all feel that way? 833-212-1017. Keep it locked. Some Juicy's up next.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel.
Truth Nation, the Wisconsin State Fair is back. This year's State Fair runs from July 31st to August 10th. You know how it goes down at the State Fair. Whether it's the delicious food, fun rides, the competitions, or the music, there's always something for the entire family. And the Truth wants you to enjoy the whole experience, which is why we will be giving away a pair of tickets on both Truth to Power and Jammin with Juice. So make sure to listen for your chance to win tickets so you don't miss your chance to enjoy the Wisconsin State Fair, courtesy of the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Truth Nation, let us talk our ish for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Grammy Award winner John Legend.
Knowing that fight isn't over, knowing that we've got to stay motivated and stay inspired. Glory was the song that myself and Common wrote. Two brothers from the Midwest, from Chicago and from Springfield, Ohio.
Oscar Award winning actor Don Cheadle.
I know that we're the bright, shiny thing that sometimes gets the attention, but I would say don't listen to celebrities. You don't have to listen to us. Listen to yourself.
And President Donald Trump's son, Don Jr.
When did we have a strong economy? And I don't think anyone with a straight face can say right now. And the reality, when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk. This is Jammin with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
I told you I'm rapping, I told you I'm not capping. I told y'all when it happened. I told y'all like I was snitching and rapping. I told y'all, I told y'all, I told 5-0, I told the feds, I told the feds. I told y'all, I'm snitching in the airways. I told y'all.
What?
I told y'all everything like I'm in BMF. I told y'all. I'm a rap. I told y'all.
You said I'm a rat. I told y'all. Ben, would you sing, bro? I feel like you would be singing like a canary in there.
I told y'all I'm feds. I told y'all where the bread was. I told y'all. That would just be a funny like skit though. I told y'all where everything was happening. I told y'all like I was 6'9". I told y'all.
Oh, facts, fam.
Told y'all.
Welcome back, everyone. You are tapped into Jammin with Juice, baby.
Shout out to George. Hey, man, shout out to George.
He in the chat.
Yeah.
Good morning, George.
Straight up, man. He said, good morning, Benjamin. Great meeting you. And good morning to you, Noni Juice. Have a great day. Keep up the great work.
I'll
be in touch, nephew.
Thank ya.
Shout out to him, man.
All right, you guys, it's time to get into something juicy.
How juicy is it?
Breaking news.
Keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that on.
Gay man even know what weighs a man's heart. So how come we get that? Wow.
All right, you guys. I did want to give y'all an update on Malcolm Jamal Warner because more information has come out about what happened when he drowned over there in Costa Rica. So I previously had told you guys, according to TMZ, that the wife said he had went out for a morning swim that Sunday, and she ended up calling the authorities when they didn't come back, or when he didn't come back, and she didn't really know where he was. So we all kind of assumed that he was by himself, but now it has been revealed that Malcolm Jamal Warner was swimming with his 8-year-old daughter when he drowned at the time. So police say Warner was swimming with her when they both got caught in a rip current. Surfers nearby saw them struggling and they rushed in to try to help them. One surfer used his board to save Warner's daughter, while a volunteer lifeguard brought Warner and another surfer to shore. It was reported that they tried to do CPR on Malcolm Jamal Warner for at least about 45 minutes to try to bring him back, but unfortunately he did not survive it. But his daughter and the 2 other surfers are alive, and his death has been ruled as an accidental drowning, which is just really upsetting because, you know, now his daughter had witnessed that, you know, she was there for that entire moment. And so I can only imagine, you know, what's going through her head in her moments that she was with him, probably seeing her dad struggle, you know, not knowing necessarily what to do, feeling powerless in that moment, and how that could be a really big or it will be, I feel like, a really big stain with her just growing up in general, and it's something that she'll probably have to relive and obviously go through therapy for and all of that stuff. So I am heartbroken for her, and that she'll probably have to relive it, you know.
Nah, man, it's truly devastating to hear about that situation, to hear about that scenario, to be a parent, and you know, let's get this right, man, because ultimately I could see Malcolm Jamal Warner sacrificing his life for his daughters. You know, that's what any parent would actually do. You know, I'm pretty certain at some point he realized he couldn't get out the current. It was something pulling him down, and he was just trying to make certain that his baby could stay alive. You know, after all the fighting and things like that, just trying to stay alive, man. It's just unfortunate. And I don't know why, but it also makes me think about like even the Kobe Bryant situation, how, you know, him and his daughter were going down in the helicopter, and how, you know, he had to, you know, try to protect her. So it's just one of them scenarios where, man, you know, a parent's love is endless, you know, especially when they really truly love their child.
Exactly. You know, a real father out here dying for his kids. I'm sure he was probably trying to, you know, protect her more so than himself during that situation as much as that he could. So
and I'm not gonna lie, man, I think it's just to be messing around with like natural bodies of water in today's climate, in today's age, it's just dangerous, man. Like, I really don't mess with the ocean. I've been out on the ocean before. It is a very scary place. It's nothing like a swimming pool. It's nothing like a swimming pool. It's nothing like being at Wisconsin Dells. Those currents and tides go at random and can pull you in at random. And with the fact that, you know, the world is heating up, you know, a lot of flooding has been happening, whether it's in Texas, whether, you know, it's on the east coast of the United States. You know, those types of things do impact the rest of the bodies of water that the earth holds. So I'm not hopping in. I ain't taking my black ass in no bodies of water at all right now.
People are claiming that, one, there was no lifeguard on duty while he was out there going for his swim. And this was a common body of water out there in Costa Rica that a lot of visitors and even just residents, you know, they swim in, they surf in, they do all these things in. But like I had previously told you guys, with the weather and all the rain, I guess it made the currents a lot stronger. And there are now people putting pictures up of like these flag poles in the sand with like a red flag on it, pretty much saying like, hey, don't go in the water, you know, or don't go too far out. But they're saying like, how did he not see that? But who knows if that was actually put down, or how many was put down, or if it was clear that, hey, don't go in this water right now, or don't go too far out in this water right now because it is dangerous. You know, all of these questions that people have. But I don't want people to assume or just make it seem like, oh, this is his fault because he should have been paying attention to know that, you know, these flags are down for a reason, to say like, hey, it don't go in the water. You know, it is a common mistake.
It is a common mistake
for someone who's not from there, you know?
Especially when you're confident enough in yourself and you're confident enough in your swimming skills. Like, not all black people can swim, but some of us can. Like myself, I can swim. And Malcolm Jamal Warner believed he could swim as well, you know? And it's just one of them things that, like I said, those bodies of water in the ocean 10 times different from being out in the lake or being out in just some normal swimming pool. It's different, man, and it can hit you very strongly, you know? So with that being said, man, you know, if I was black, I'm just gonna stay away from bodies of water, you know?
If I was black?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from...
What about just just anybody.
Look,
He said black people specifically.
black people specifically.
You cannot swim how you think you can swim.
Cause, bro, man, last time we was on the body of the water, man, our ancestors was getting thrown over the boat, okay? Or shoot, getting kicked off, and we dying out there in the ocean. I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. And on top of that, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Truth Nation. We talk about like fears and things like that, and you're only really born with 2 fears. The one fear that I do have is the fear of the ocean, because I don't know what the F is down there.
Down there is really. I saw a video of like how far deep the ocean goes and how all the way at the bottom it's a bunch of monsters.
It's scary.
I can't.
Juice.
I'm calling them monsters, but they're just sea creatures. But still, they look like monsters.
Octopus look like aliens. You know, they got giant ass sharks that'll bite your ass. Like, I'm good. I don't need that in my life. Like, why do I need to go in the ocean? You know, I'm good. I am a land creature, and I found that out the hard way. You know, but I'm a land creature. I was meant to walk on land. That's it. Me even going flying around in the air is a risk. All right, that's a risk. I am a land creature. I'm meant to walk places. All right, you know how you go through a zoo book? You go through a zoo book and you see all the animals and they got the attributes and benefits and stuff. If you were to see mankind, look, mankind, we're good at rolling things and making spears. All right, we're good at hunting and we're good at walking and running. That's what we got going on. And we got a big brain. That's it. All the other things is for all the other creatures of the earth, not us.
Yeah, I guess so. Stay out the water. All right, you guys. Moving right along, we have an update on the Epstein files and Mr. Donald Trump, the president. Did you see the? Nah, well, I'll keep it on subject.
All right.
But anyway, so according to the Wall Street Journal, you guys, the Justice Department informed Trump back in May that his name was mentioned in the Epstein files. They claim that his name, along with other high-profile figures, were mentioned in the documents. Now, the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump was informed during a routine briefing and that his name was mentioned in the files, but that wasn't the sole purpose of the meeting. They made sure to note that being named in the files does not confirm any wrongdoing and stated the documents contained unverified hearsay about many individuals, including Trump. Now, also in that meeting, Donald Trump was also informed that the Department of Justice had no intention of releasing any additional Epstein information due to it containing highly inappropriate imagery of children and personal information of the victims. Now, if you go back to when U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said that the files were sitting on her desk awaiting review back in February, information was released, but the public demanded full transparency. And then now, fast forward to July, the Department of Justice released a memo claiming that after a thorough review, they hadn't found any type of Epstein client list. Now, they claimed that no additional information discovered would lead to the prosecution of any third party mentioned in the documents, but just last week, Trump said that during a press conference, he was not informed that his name was in the files, but now, according to the Wall Street Journal, they're saying he lying once again. So, apparently he knew his name was up in them files. Obviously, duh. And I also just wanted to point out the fact that now they are saying, as of yesterday, Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, Roy Black, has now died in Florida at the age of 80. Now, this could just be him dying of old age, but they're also saying that he probably knew a little bit too much more information, and they don't want that thing coming out.
That's facts. That's facts, man. And, you know, maybe they got to cover up their tracks. You know, I could definitely go down a rabbit hole on that, but I'm going to let that lawyer rest in peace. All right. He's 80. He more than likely lived a pretty good life.
Yes.
But with that being said, man, did you see that Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, came out?
What'd he say, bro?
Well, he went on to go say how he knows for a fact Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were very good friends. And Trump visited Epstein multiple times, went to the private island and went to Epstein Island multiple times, you know, and he also urged, if this does go to court, for the courts to subpoena a lot of the people who worked in Epstein's offices, and saying that they could actually say that Donald Trump was there, because they all saw him be in there, you know. And it's crazy to think that, you know, a president right now, our current president, could have been a part of, you know, molestation and sexually assaulting children. But, you know, I've seen crazy things in 2025. All right. And I'm not saying that this thing is even far-fetched. I think there is some truth to some of this stuff, because like they always say, man, where there's smoke, there's fire. All right. So something happened. And we've all saw the videos where, you know, Donald Trump is partying, possibly doing cocaine with Jeffrey Epstein and all these things. They partying with white women. and they're doing their Playboy thing, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. That's what they was on. That's the type of time they was on, and that's just the truth. But with that being said, I'm not saying it makes Donald Trump guilty of anything until it actually comes out. And I think that, man, honestly, even when it does come out, I still don't know what may happen. I don't know what may be the ramifications after this, because even if Donald Trump is guilty in these Epstein files and he did molest children, I'm pushing it that far, right? Even if he did molest children, what happens to Donald Trump then? Because the Supreme Court had already said that a sitting president can't be, found guilty of anything that he's done while he was president, and I know that's the verbiage that's put in there, but does anything that president has passed, is that still, legal and liable to actually prosecute him of? It's a good question.
I mean, yeah, that's all I was going to say was we all kind of knew that he was in there, obviously. So many pictures of them two being buddy-buddy, all hugged up and close, has surfaced on the internet throughout the years. My whole thing was what was going to happen next, like an impeachment, like do they need some like hardcore evidence in order to get him up out of there? Like, what really would it take for, what's the saying they say, what will be the needle that breaks the camel's back? You know what I mean? In order to really get him up out of here, because obviously there have been women who have came forward allegedly saying that Trump has done different things to them under, things that they did not want to do.
And his base didn't care. His base did not care.
They did not care. This brother's got plenty felonies out here. He still became the president. So really, what would it take for us to say, or not even for us, because I feel like the majority of America right now don't really want him as the president after how everyone's like, oh my God, he lied to us. He ain't do what we say he was going to do, whatever. But what really would it take to get him up out of there? I don't know other than, the obvious that I'm not going to say on these airwaves because I don't know who's listening, but.
Well, the FBI is listening.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say what could be the needle, but.
Well, I think I know what the needle will be. I think I know what the needle will be, and it's only because this is all hypothetical. But if Donald Trump is, found in these Epstein files and they find some footage of him messing around with kids, I think that'll be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because ultimately, not his fan base, but his support base. Back in 2020, they had this whole thing called QAnon, where they were talking about the Pizzagate party and all these things, where celebrities allegedly would use code words to sacrifice children and get their adrenal glands running. So all I'm saying is, if that's what his support base believes, all right, and still believes in the whole QAnon theory, then if they find out that the president that they voted in not just once but twice is actually the head member of it, like he was probably the lead guy or whatever, then I think that would give a lot of people, the pushback.
But I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know if it's necessarily about the people. I'm talking about the powers that be who can actually get him out of there.
It starts with the people. Even the members of Congress are still citizens of the United States. So what I'm saying is that support that he has inside the Congress, that support that he has inside the Supreme Court justice, that might be the straw that breaks all of their back. Because
I don't know.
Ultimately, you seeing some old man mess around in front of some kids, I think it's pretty.
It seems like he has a bunch of loyalists in there. So I don't know if that would be the needle. I really don't.
And it is crazy because there's some Donald Trump supporters out there who, they don't mind what this man gonna do.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll see. What will be the powers that be to get him out of there? But speaking of Trump, I do want to bring this up because I didn't get to yesterday, and I think that it's important to note. But the Committee for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Games has updated its policy with some new changes that directly impact transgender athletes. So according to ABC News, the change bans transgender women from competing in women's categories on behalf of the United States in the Olympic or Paralympic Games. U.S. OPC President Gene Skies and CEO Sarah Hirschland noted that the change is due to Donald Trump's February executive order titled Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports. The order, which targeted schools and any other athletic associations, threatened to strip funding from any institution that allowed transgender women to be a part of their women's or girls' teams. Quote, As a federally chartered organization, we have an obligation to comply with federal expectations. That is what Skies and Hirschland said in a new memo. Now, the policy is said to emphasize the importance of ensuring fair and safe competition environments for women. And so on their website now, it says they're committed to protecting opportunities for athletes participating in the sport, and they want to ensure that women have a fair and safe competition environment, consistent with that order that Trump put in called the keeping men out of women's sports. So transgender women have now been banned from competing in the sport. But my whole thing is, I want them to keep that same energy with other things. Like, why aren't they saying the same thing about like trans men who want to be in that category? It just seems like they are targeting just one specific group, when if you are competing as a trans man in a men's event, you can still get hurt.
You really never see it.
But you can still get hurt.
You don't see it.
You could still, it don't matter. It could start happening, and then they're going to ban it when it starts happening. I'm just saying, you can't pick it to one specific thing. You can't, don't say it won't happen. It's 2025, bro.
So you tell me, you show me a trans man out here who's out here really trying to play with the boys. The trans men are still playing with the women, because they're actually really biologically a woman.
Go for it.
Right?
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised if that started to be a thing. And so I'm saying, if they're going to do it on one end, do it on another end. Because if they allow if they allow it on this end so far, why would they not allow it on the other one?
And I think that if a trans man wants to join like men's sports, I don't think that the men would actually find it to be at their disadvantage at all. You know, I think a lot of times when it comes down to men kicking it with the the studs,
about safety.
Kicking it with the studs, if you will, we bring them in.
They're saying it's about safety.
And I hear what you're saying, Juice. I hear what you're saying, but as we are talking about safety, you know, a trans woman, some dude 6'7" trying to tell you that he a full woman, you know, is a blatant lie, you know. And I think when you're talking about protecting women, I think that's where we get into the narrative of women being afraid of men, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, some woman playing against, you know, some Joanna man in basketball more than likely finna get her ass beat each and every time, even if that transgender woman who was once a man isn't even all that good. So it's just one of them things, man, that like you don't see trans men out here, women who turned into men trying to play with the guys. You see dudes who were once dudes. Well, you see transgender women who were once dudes trying to play with the girls, which for me is one of the most strangest and oddest things. But I do think that they should all go ahead and be able to have their own leagues. That's what I think.
I don't know if it's enough of them for them to
it's not
have
enough.
A whole league.
We need more transgenders. We need more transgenders.
I don't know.
Where are the transgenders?
But anyway, you guys, we are about to take a 3-minute juice break, and when we come back, we're gonna keep the conversation going, I guess, about are women growing more uncomfortable with men in this generation. We have 2 examples to let y'all know why we even came up with this. So keep it locked, y'all. We got more Jammin' with Juice on the way.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel.
Every step lights the way to brighter futures. Join us for the 41st annual UNCF Milwaukee Walk/Run for Education on Saturday, August 2nd at Veterans Park. Meet our 2025 Grand Marshals and Torchbearers as we light the path for Milwaukee students to achieve their college dreams. Start a team, bring your family, and help us raise funds that change lives. Awards, food, and fun await. Register today at mkeuncf.info. Light the way. Walk for education.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity can help make it happen. With little to no down payment and average monthly mortgage payments of $950, you can build a brand new home you love without breaking the bank. And you won't do it alone. Habitat provides the coaching, education, and support to guide you every step of the way. Stop renting and invest in a new home you can truly call your own. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being unk and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote unk. See, as unk, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we gotta stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m.
Well, we do have southbound on 41 backing up from about Silver Spring to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing down just before Mayfair Road up to up to Hampton. For the most part, everything else seems to be rolling along pretty well. Just a few broken down vehicles here and there, but they are well out of traffic. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy, hot, humid, chance for rain and storms. A high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, a slight chance for rain or some storms. Mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Jammin' with Juice on 101.7 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
It sounds like it would be a Justin Bieber beat from his latest album, Swag.
What you think he would say?
I don't know.
What up?
Welcome back, everybody. You're tapped into Jammin' with Juice. As we are gonna kind of keep this conversation going, talking about women and just their comfortability when it comes to being around, you know, men. Do they actually feel safe around men in this generation here today? Now, there has been two pieces of content that myself and Ben Jammin saw yesterday that I think really led us to asking this question. And the first one dealing with Uber. So Uber just announced that they are launching a new program called Women Preferences that will allow both passengers and drivers to select to only interact with women. In a statement on their official website, Uber says they've decided to listen to the multiple requests from women claiming that they want to feel safer on their rides. They've decided to create a feature where it gives women riders and drivers more choice, more confidence, and more flexibility when they use Uber. For riders, when you request a trip on the app, there will be an option called Women Drivers, where you can select and ensure that your driver is a female. You can also now set a preference for a woman driver in the app settings. Now, for drivers, they will now have the option to request trips with women riders, including during peak earning hours. They also have the option to prefer women riders in their settings. Now, they plan to pilot this feature in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit in the next few weeks. And there are a lot of women who are extremely excited about this. Too many times have they been in a car ride with a creep of a man who was being weird, maybe having weird conversations, maybe driving off and not, following the route that they're supposed to follow, and just making women feel uncomfortable in general, to the point where now they're like, yeah, I would prefer for a woman to drive me around, or I would prefer for me to only drive around other women. I just feel safer that way. Now, there's also an app that is really popular right now that a lot of people are downloading, and it's called T. This also has to do with women's safety. Now, this is a women-only platform where ladies can drop anonymous reviews, warnings, and red flags about men that they have dated or dealt with. The T app is designed to be a safe space for women to protect each other by sharing their experiences. No sugarcoating, no filters, just raw tea. It even comes with features like phone number lookups and background checks. So I guess you can share a photo of your man and get feedback from from women in your city about him, just to make sure that he is a safe person, that nobody has had any issues with this man. So it seems like just in general, there are a lot more platforms and a lot more companies who are seeing I guess you would say, cries out for women to want to just feel a little bit more protected and feel more safe. And it seems like we're saying we feel more safe if men are not around, or if we can, just kind of confide in other women for that safety. But what do you guys think about that? 833-212-1017. Do you feel like women are growing more uncomfortable with men in this generation?
Man, I'm not going to lie. I think it's true. I think women are uncomfortable around men because sometimes men can come off very creepy. And like as we were kind of even talking about when we talk about the transgender women in women's sports, right? It's one of the things that you guys know that men are much more physically stronger than you are. So if this man is kind of creepy, he could go and do some physical damage to you, which is very unfortunate. But again, I think it's just one of these things where this is where we have came to in a time of lack of morale, lack of respect for others. We talk about the ideas of where is the chivalry. They always talk about chivalry is dead, and chivalry typically comes from a man being chivalrous over a woman, protective over a woman. And it's unfortunate that women have to even think this way, but it's real. And I'm not going to lie. A lot of times, even me being a man, I ain't gonna lie, getting them Uber cars, them things is a little scary because I don't know the driver.
Yeah,
I don't know the driver. I'm upset when I hop in the car and I got to deal with Akbar and Kumar. You know what I'm saying? And they don't speak no English. I don't know what's going to happen to me. Okay, I really don't know. All right, especially in the times of today. We got the Iran thing going on. I don't know what you on, man. The car about to blow up. I don't know.
What did they call them? Like sleeper or something?
Yeah, sleeper drones or something like that. No, sleeper cells.
They got sleeper cells. You get in a car with a sleeper cell. Don't even know what's going on.
Don't even know what's going on.
All of a sudden, you just trying to get to work. Then your job gonna hire somebody else in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's really happening? But 833-212-1017. Do you feel like women are growing more uncomfortable with men in this generation? Would you prefer to use an app that only allows you to interact with women when it comes to certain driving? You got to get to certain places, or I want to know. So keep it locked, you guys. We're gonna have more conversation of Jammin' with Juice when we come back.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel. Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl Noni Juice for Steinhafels. And are you looking for your best night's sleep? Well, you can get it with a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhafels. Experience Tempur-Pedic's advanced pressure-relieving power designed to help make aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now, Queen Hybrids start at just $52 a month with Steinhafels 60-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Upgrade with an anti-snore adjustable base for your best sleep yet. Steinhafels is your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online today. Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
This is Jammin' with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
Truth Nation, it is Tsunami Thursday, which means it is your chance to win a free Tsunami Express T2 graphene wash. All you got to do is open up the 1017 The Truth app, head to the contest tab, and fill out the entry form. Or you can click the link in our bio for your chance to enter so you can win. Surf to Tsunami Express, y'all. They have the best in-class technology to make washing your car fun, fast, and easy. After your wash, enjoy their free premium amenities like powerful vacuums and air for your tires. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Wait, what? I can go to Tsunami Express and get my car washed today? Today's a beautiful day to do it, too.
It's going to be a hot one. I'll say that for sure.
T2 graphene wash?
Yeah, T2.
I need that.
T2. Go ahead and grab it, Ben.
I need that juice.
I bet you do.
Hook a brother up.
I will. Let them know that juice sent you. But welcome back, everybody. You're tapped into Jammin' with Juice, you guys. And we are asking the question of, are women growing more comfortable with are growing more uncomfortable with men in this generation? I just told you guys that Uber is now launching a feature that I feel like is long overdue, where you can choose the gender of your rider and you could choose the gender of your driver, so you feel a little bit more safe. And there's also an app called the T app where, you know, you can drop your man's picture in there and see if he's a good man or not. And all the women are going to come to your defense. But you know what like this reminds me
that
of?
Is toxic.
I definitely am going to give my thoughts in hour two. But one thing I will say is both of these situations happening and just the overwhelming stories that I'm constantly hearing from women on social media and whatever about their experiences with men. There was a question and they asked general public, what would you do if, you know, men were not in the world? Like if it was just that you had a night to yourself or a day to yourself without men in the world. And so many women were saying how they would feel much more comfortable if men just did not exist. Especially at nighttime. They said, I would go out for a bike ride at night. I would go walking at night. It was a lot of stuff that they would do at night. And so it kind of just shows you that women today do feel very uncomfortable and almost unprotected from men today. And I want to know if you guys feel the same way. 833-212-1017. How are women really feeling about the men in this generation? Do they feel like we have to protect ourselves, protect each other away from all the men out here today? Gotta let us know some. Hour two of Jammin' with Juice is coming at you in about 3 minutes.
Good Karma Brands teamed up with a 2021 national champion Wisconsin Badgers women's volleyball program to host the first ever Good Karma Brands volleyball clinic at St. Vincent High School in Milwaukee. The event covered all essential volleyball skills with sessions in hitting, setting, and passing. To wrap up the clinic, campers put the skills they just perfected to the test with a full scrimmage. The event wouldn't have been possible without our sponsors. Thank you to Big Frog Custom T-Shirts, UW Credit Union, and Siding Unlimited for their hard work in making this event possible.
Milwaukee,
Milwaukee. It's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth. Hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teens will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself.
I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm, forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
Are you or a loved one facing addiction? The Wisconsin Addiction Recovery Helpline offers free and confidential support 24/7. Powered by 211 Wisconsin, local trained specialists can help connect you with local service providers for treatment, peer support, harm reduction tools, and more. Call 211, text your zip code to 898-211, or chat at 211wisconsin.org. Help is waiting. Sponsored by United Way of Wisconsin.
The biggest snowflakes out here are always been the white Republicans, who are so gung-ho on protecting the feelings of white kids while they ignore the needs of other kids. If Milwaukee's youth has a problem with fighting, well, white youth have a problem with being destructive and offensive. So it is sad that our government is actively working to de-emphasize educating and uplifting students of color in different backgrounds on college campuses. That emphasis is going to be diminished, and the only kids that will suffer will be our kids. They were willing to hold up the advancement of the state of Wisconsin because they disagree with DEI. What are white Republicans afraid of? Why are they afraid to face the fact that their grandmas and grandpapas were part of a system which purposely held black folks back and failed to give us the access that we deserve? Until these politicians stop ignoring these egregious acts of hate and racial incidents, America can never be great again.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. You're listening to the new 101.7 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is Jammin' with Juice on 101.7 The Truth app, 101.7thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
Juice, everybody. What's going on? And good morning, Milwaukee. If you are tapped in right now, I want you guys to also tap in on our YouTube at 101.7 The Truth so you can watch us do the show live, get the full experience of Jammin' with Juice, as we are having an interesting conversation asking you guys if you feel like women are feeling very uncomfortable with men today in this generation. You know, do they feel, or do you personally feel unprotected when you are around men and would just prefer to be around just women in general? We're asking that because Uber has now launched women-only options for passengers and drivers who might feel unsafe with men. And there also has been an app called the T app that is for women only, and it allows users to anonymously share photos of their men and get the juice on them from other women. And it allows for phone number lookups and background checks as well. You know, just in case you are dating someone and you just want to, you know, get the 411, get the juice on them, you know, to know if they're a good guy or not. There's an app for that. You know, there's definitely an app for that now. And so we want to know how you guys truly and honestly feel about just that in general. Does it make you feel like women just really don't, and just not rocking with men right now? 833-212-1017. You know, me personally, I just want to say that I appreciate having men in the world, and I know that they are needed. And I just want all men out there, especially black brothers out there, to know that there are women out there who still feel like, you know, y'all feelings matter, that y'all are a big help to society, and that we need you more than what you know, we kind of admit sometimes. But I will also say to that I have found myself, if I'm alone or if I'm by myself and I do, like, let's say I'm walking outside or something like that, and I see a man, any type of man, doesn't have to be black, doesn't have, just any type of man, I'm by myself, and they might look to me like they could be up to something, I get a little weary. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like, okay, I want to, you know, cross the street and go on the other side just so I don't have to interact with someone like that. And if I was walking at night, which I don't walk at night, that is something I think about, like what could potentially, you know, happen to me if let's say somebody were to try to take me or take advantage of me or whatever it is, just because they might be having a bad day or they're going through mental health issues or they just have things going on with them. You know, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't or I haven't felt those ways before, but I don't want to come on these airwaves and make it seem like all men are bad, just like how I don't want to make it seem like all women are good. You know, I can't put nothing past nobody today at this point, you know, because both sides have shown that there are some negative things that can come from them, you know, like you can't put it past anybody. But I do understand how women might feel more comfortable with other women because that's just naturally kind of how we are a little bit.
But see, Juice, you had said something earlier when you were talking about, you know, you had read a stat or a poll somewhere stating that women would feel more comfortable if men just didn't exist in the world.
Yeah, they would, especially at nighttime. That was a big one.
And it's one of them things, like, that has to be some of the most dumbest things I ever heard before. Because, like, women, somebody had put in the chat, and they're right, but women, when they go on girls trips, they go on girls trips. Girls trips rarely ever end good.
Yeah.
You know, they end up fighting a lot of the times. And then I remember I was watching a video of a woman who decided to be a stud because she was just like, I'm going to decide to...
just decided to be a stud, bro.
Yeah, she wanted to take on the man role, and then she realized that being a man in this world is hard. Try to deal with women. Mm-hmm. Women, you know, it's like that classic, oh, the man's out here driving, trying to make certain that the woman's getting to that y'all getting to your destination, and the woman's over here la 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 la, like everything's all peaches and cream, like everything is just roses, like everything is supposed to be all cotton candy when it's not. You know, men were built different to actually endure the pain, endure the struggle, set up plans, set up goals, a destination for us to make certain that we can be good. But when you take one of the, you know, species out of the ecosystem of what we live in and known to be the human species, then we become even more imbalanced, because then all you're gonna get is more women to try to take on more masculine roles and try to be something that they're really not, you know? So it's just one of them things like that. That was just stupid. That was stupid to say. And then secondly, the idea of, you know, women being scared of men, I get it, man. Again, it's definitely, you know, it's definitely horrifying when you see somebody who look like they can really do some damage to you, you know, and women shouldn't have to go through that kind of fear. And I think Uber coming out with this app, this type of option on the app, I think it's great. I think it's a great option for people to have because, again, I wish I could just select my driver. I told y'all before, there's certain drivers, if you don't speak English, I just personally don't feel comfortable with you in the car because I'm a personable type of person. I want to hop in the car, talk to you, at least get some kind of, you know, comfortability around you to figure out who you are. You might listen to one-on-one Tell the Truth, just say, and then you talking to Ben Jammin, we can have a whole conversation about that while I'm in the backseat of your Uber car. But if I hop in and I can't actually have a conversation with you,
you like to talk? Yeah,
I just want to see what's up, you know. And then I also look over their shoulder, make certain they're going where they're supposed to go. I got my app on too. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get the Pfizer form. You know, I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to get the Pfizer form. But you over here making a left down this way, you going down by the beach. What's up, man? You know, when you start making all these different turns, that's not where we're supposed to go. You know, so it gets a little terrifying and horrifying to be in the backseat of an Uber car, but really at the stake of somebody else's power, if you will.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I will say if I'm in a Lyft or something, because I use Lyft more than Uber. I feel like their rates are cheaper. Just a little life hack. But whenever I am in a Lyft ride, I do appreciate when the driver has and it could be fake, but I don't want to put that energy out there. But when they have their credentials up there. there to like show that they're a real person, that they've been verified, you know, that they are safe to be around, and all that stuff. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable, you know, when I am getting in a Lyft ride like that, because it is crazy out here. Like, so many stories of women. That's why so many women are sharing their locations with their friends and their family members, because if they are taking Uber or Lyft all the time, you know, you don't know who is getting in the back of your car. Like, I just saw a article on WISN 12, and it was about a Lyft driver unknowingly aiding a suspect in a Milwaukee bus driver attack. So I guess somebody had attacked a bus driver, and later on they got off the bus and took a Lyft ride, and then the police come knocking at the Lyft driver's door not too long after, like, hey, did you know that this person just wailed on a whole bus driver just now before they got into your vehicle? Like, you truly don't know who you are around, woman or man. You can't put, like I said, you can't put things past anybody, you know, because you just don't know people today. And I wonder how back in the day, before we even had Uber and Lyft, like taxi drivers, like, did people feel uncomfortable with taxi drivers?
And that's a good question, and I would assume they would, although I know that was the standard way of transportation for people to get around, especially when you were in like New York and things like that. But like, I saw a movie, and I'm pretty certain you guys saw the same movie, Truth Nation, but the movie The Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie, right? There's a killer out on the loose who actually is a taxi driver, all right? And that's also another one of my fears, to hop in somebody's car, next thing you know, they hit the lock on you, and then all you know is some fumes start coming up out of nowhere. Not even to gas you up and you passed out sleep and you wake up in an anonymous location with your kidney ripped out. You know, that's one of my other fears, even hopping in the backseat of a Lyft or hopping in the backseat of a taxi or Uber. And shout out to Kimberly Harris, because Kimberly Harris said, hey, Benjamin, I do Uber on the side. I'll pick you up.
Period.
You know, and I'm with that. I'm with that, man.
Shout out to all our Uber and Lyft drivers in the car right now.
Facts.
Listening to us. We appreciate y'all.
Part of being a juicy jammer. But it's just one of them things, man, and it makes me, you know, question and even ponder why, you know, why this is even a thing, or even why, you know, again, how the women went on to go say that, you know, they would like to live in a world where there weren't any men at all. And it made me think, if that is the case, and that's the sentiment that some people are feeling, then maybe that's why, you know, they're trying to turn so many men into transgender women, so they could feel more, you know, secure and safe around them, you know?
What?
You don't think so?
Say that one more time. That last part.
I said that maybe the fact or the idea of women feeling uncomfortable around men is why women are trying to turn more men into transgender women.
You said women are trying to turn men into transgender women.
They are definitely more accepting of the idea of a man being gay than men.
I get being accepting of the idea, but turning them into them is mad crazy,
Think
bro.
about it. Think about
turning
this.
them into them.
Some of these young kids be indoctrinated into that whole lifestyle based off the women that are around them, around the women that enable it from middle school to high school, all the way up, and they get to telling these dudes that, hey, you are a girl too. You know, so I know it's an interesting take, but hey, maybe it's another rabbit hole I need to go down one day, because like
maybe
I think the feminist movement actually heightened that idea. I also think that, you know, the idea of toxic masculinity made women a lot more afraid of men, because it shows you the power that men do have, and how a man who is evil-hearted, bad-spirited can use that power against you. I think that whole propaganda movement of the term toxic masculinity is one of the biggest reasons this is even happening right now. And that's probably another reason why young boys are afraid to grow up to be men, because for the past decade, they've heard that all the bad things about being a man, none of the good things, none of the good attributes. But call in Truth Nation at 833-212-1017. All right. If you are a woman, how afraid are you of men?
If at all. But I really want to get to this T app real quick too, because honestly, I think the app is I understand the concept, you know, don't get me wrong, I understand the concept of why women would want to kind of like get the scoop on a man, get the juice, you know, on what's going on with a man before they get too involved. But at the same time, that app is extremely messy. Okay, it sounds like a very messy app, you know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because I know somebody who was featured on
the app?
not
Already?
on the T app per se,
Better not be
but
me.
there are already some like Facebook groups out here that is pretty much asking like, are we dating the same guy? And so I know someone who was posted in one of those little what do you call them?
Forums.
Little group, yeah, like little forums,
Threads.
little groups of are we dating the same man? And people actually were responding to this woman like, oh, I know him, he's not that bad, or he's not da 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 da, or whatever it is. But I think I'm trying to figure out what woman would need to or want to put that information out there. You know, like that's what I'm trying to find out, because in what situation would you be in? And if you know, please let me know. I don't want to just be ignorant on these airways, but what situation do you feel like you would be in where you're like, hey, I want to know if the man I'm dating is crazy or not. So let me put this information out there on the internet and see if women are going to, you know, give me the truth. Because to be honest with you, I don't know how many women will actually like be honest and upfront about a man that they have dealt with. Because you got women out here who could be jealous, who would just tell you lies about a man just because they don't want you to be with them because, you know, they bitter that they didn't work out. And also, it's almost like, I don't know, it's just a weird concept to me. It's just a weird concept to me, especially since the person that I know who was in one of those dating apps, they weren't even really dating this woman. You know, they were just messing around, and this woman put him in this group chat, and now he's out here looking like what if he is talking to other people? You know, y'all are not even dating. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And it could be really weird. I don't know. That's just how I feel. It could be weird. But let me know some. 833-212-1017.
I'm not gonna lie, Juice. This concept has already been around. You know, I think they just decided to make an app out of it, because I used to always, not even just me, not me, but I used to always hear about how, you know, women would go and CCAP somebody to figure out if this man got warrants, figure out if he got domestic abuse situations happening, and does he have paid child support. So there are already ways you can go out and do some digging to figure out who you are dating or potentially dating. But, you know, this T app just kind of speeds that up a little bit. And there is a lot of misinformation that could happen in that.
Right. Why are you trusting another woman to tell you about a man you're currently dating? I don't know. I just never understood that.
And it's real. Oh, Eloquist is in the building. Shout out to my boy Eloquist, man. He was one of the first people who believed in me. Shout out to my boy Eloquist, man. But, you know, I think it's just more so about the safety, comfort, and protection that can happen from these apps, whether it's, you know, Uber, making certain that you can pick the option of your rider or driver, and then even this T app, trying to figure out, you know, giving you information on men that you could potentially be dating. Like, even letting you know if this man is a down low man. You know, they always talk about dudes being on the
that's
DL.
a thing.
You know what I'm saying? They talk about dudes being on DL. Well, there's that T app that's going to let you know if this man's a gay man or not. You know, like,
but women can lie. But I don't know. 833-212-1017. You know, how are you as a woman or even a man hearing all this information? Like, how does it make you feel hearing just how uncomfortable women are today and like the apps and the systems that are now being put in place so women feel more protected? Like, do you feel like men have played a role in this? And as a woman, you know, do you feel uncomfortable when it comes to men today? 833-212-1017. Let us know how you feeling. We're going to take a quick juice break and come back with your calls, maybe read some of your messages over here in the YouTube chat. So make sure you guys drop it down in there.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Jammin' with Juice on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
Are you ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or just simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you covered, you guys. With the right lending plan and the right guidance, you can achieve all of your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank wants to help you reach them. So make sure you learn more at associatedbank.com/lending, or you can go in and ask a banker for some details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Welcome back to Jammin' with Juice, everyone. All right, so we're having a really great conversation about just women and their comfortability levels when it comes to men today, especially if they are like either left alone with them. So Uber just announced that they are going to have a feature where you can choose the gender of your rider and your driver. And also there is a T app where if you're dating someone, you can anonymously, drop his photo in, ask the people hey, do you know this man? How was y'all in the relationship? Was he good? You can do background checks, I guess. You could do the whole 9, but it is for women only, you guys. And it just seems like today there are a lot more women who are taking stances and finding ways to make women just feel better about being on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like to not get rid of all men, but to just kind of avoid them if they don't have to be around them in different ways. So it makes it seem like women are just overall uncomfortable with men today. And I don't know if it's because of all the stories that we have been hearing, about women being assaulted. I mean, I 100% get when a woman, might give a man her phone number just because she doesn't want to reject him because she don't know how his mental health state is going to be, to the point where he could try to kill her. That has happened so many times, And so it's just really dangerous out here just for everyone in general. And I think that is the outcome. These are the outcomes of those types of situations. But the number is 833-212-1017. Are women growing more uncomfortable with men in this generation? And if you are a man hearing all of this, how does this make you feel? Because I honestly feel like men today, y'all can't catch a break, okay? It just seems like people are hitting y'all with stuff left and right and making you feel like y'all are just some evil devils. And I know that that's not the case, but how are y'all feeling about it as well?
Nah, man. Call in, text in at 833-212-1017.
All right, let's go to Al from Sherman Park. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer, and good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jam with Juice.
Hey.
You just made me laugh there a moment because I was thinking about back in the day when people would ask for my phone number. I didn't really want to give it out. I said, you can have my email address.
Oh, wow. That's so professional. I love it.
I'm very, very forward in that matter. You can have my email address. I'm wondering if women's liberation has brought out this anxiety in women would it be better if we go back to the old-fashioned ideas where women lived with their family until they got married, or if you went on dates, you were chaperoned in groups, and you didn't go out with any men that really weren't your husband if you weren't chaperoned, and you didn't stay out late at night? Then I wonder, like, are nuns happier?
That's actually a funny thought.
No, that's true. You gotta really think about that. I'm not gonna lie. I think the feminist movement did do this.
I'm just wondering if the women's liberation movement just made them more anxious, and now they're realizing the difference between men and women, because I think to them men are strong and more risk-taking and therefore maybe more dangerous than females, and they're realizing maybe the biological difference in the makeup of men and women, and all the stuff we say we're okay with, we really aren't okay with, like women really living alone and on their own out there, and maybe they just should stay in the house with their parents until they're ready to get married.
Nah, that's a good point, Al, man, and thank you so much. God bless you. Be safe, okay?
Thank you, Al.
You too.
Shoot, I know you're a man,
All right,
so don't get hemmed up out here by one of these women trying to false accuse you of anything.
I mean, it could be the liberation, aspect of it, but I also think it could just be social media and the fact that we are seeing more examples of women being in situations where they feel unprotected. Like there's been more videos out there of, let's say, a woman being harassed by a man, and now women are like, well, why didn't the other men around jump in to save her? Or why didn't the other men around, do anything about it? And I think seeing those images constantly and all the narratives that are being pushed through the media, it can make women now feel like it happens more often, and I think that can make them feel like, okay, well, I have to make sure I protect myself because I don't know who else is going to in this world, now that I see that men aren't gonna step in all the time and do those things. I think that could play a part too. Not the full part, but a part.
Think about what the phrase women's liberation does to the psychology of a woman who takes on this identity of being liberated. Women's liberation means to be free. All right. So if they're trying to liberate themselves from men, it means that they're trying to free themselves of men, as if they're some slaves, if they're still in shackles, by men. They're men who have more power than them. So in that sense, in that regard, you would see, if you did take on this ideology of the women's liberation movement, the women's freedom movement, or whatever you want to call it, you would actually start to see men as being an opponent versus a partner.
Yeah, but then them same women be looking like we're all the men to protect us. So get up out of here. All right, let's go to Mona. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer Mona? And good morning.
Good morning, lovely people.
Hey
Mona. So listen. Hey, I just wanted to just chime in on a couple of things. First of all, I had been driving Lyft for about 5.5 or so years, and I enjoyed it. I'm trying to tell you, the money was popping. I had a first shift job, and then after work, I would go and I would drive Lyft. And I'm telling you, the money was coming in. Yeah. And this was before I had gotten married. But once I had gotten engaged, my fiance at the time started worrying about my safety being a female and going out there doing Lyft. I know some women that were actually robbed doing Lyft. I know some women that actually went to pick up a female, which was on the app. They went to pick up a female, and the female and two guys got in the vehicle. So this new app that's coming out, there's so many loops and ways around, that whole thing, because when you get there, you don't know who you're picking up.
Right.
So I had a guy actually get in my car and put a gun to my waist. Whoa. And he told me to give him my wallet, and I said, "You got it, bro." And I gave him my wallet. But when I gave him my wallet, I kind of started joking with the guy. And I'm not saying that this will work in every situation. I'm saying that it worked in mine. And I started kind of joking with the guy. I was praying the whole time, but I was joking with the guy. And I was like, "Now I gave you my wallet. Can you at least give a sister some bus fare, or whatever? Because I know you're going to take my ride." And he kind of started chuckling. And he was like, "Nah, baby, I'm not going to take your ride." And I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." I said, "So you're not going to shoot me or nothing, right? You know, and he's, no, I'm not going to. And he was chuckling.
Wow,
but he
nice
had my
robber.
wallet.
Yeah, you had a polite robber.
Right.
Exactly. That was whole guy right there. And so the guy, I actually, believe it or not, this was the stupid part, is I actually knew where he was when I dropped him off because he went in that house.
No, wait, you still took him?
To his location.
You gave this man a ride?
So, but still, here's the thing. He had my wallet. He had all my information. He knew where I lived and everything. I will admit to this, and I might be wrong, but I didn't call the authorities. I didn't because he knew my information.
Right.
You know, I couldn't pack up and move the next week or anything. So it was what it was. I came out.
Were you somewhat fearful, Mona, that he may retaliate?
No. I mean, yeah, I was. I was fearful that he would retaliate. But the thing is, I truly was not fearful when he put that gun to my side. I don't know why, but I wasn't fearful when he put the gun to my side.
Okay.
And needless to say, I continue to drive for this.
Okay,
you know,
yeah. Thank you, Mona.
Thank you so much for calling in, Mona.
Yeah,
God
we're going to
bless
have to cut you.
Be
There's
safe
a
out
loud
there on that
noise
road.
in your background, but we appreciate you for calling, Mona, and giving us your
Yeah,
story.
Be safe out there, man.
Yes, for sure.
Shout out to all the nice robbers.
Right.
You know, they ain't
out
trying
there
to take your
chuckling
life.
while you robbing somebody.
They just want your wallet.
Let's go real quick to just Al as we wrap up the conversation. What's
This is
poppin',
69
Juicy
God.
Jammer? Good morning.
Well, first of all, the feminist movement have not done wrong. The problem is men do not like women having choices, number one. Number two, maybe women would feel safe if y'all knew how to take rejection and stop being so damn fragile. And why is it when a woman can handle her own, the first thing men want to do is complain? Y'all don't got a problem asking for coochie. And y'all toxic masculinity is only good when y'all go against each other. Because that toxic masculinity ain't did nothing when y'all went up against the white man. Because y'all are staying with him and kiss his ass. So what has that done? And the toxic masculinity that the woman do got to go through, she got to wait on him hand and foot just to get kibbles and bits. So why is toxic masculinity so good? If y'all taught y'all kids, y'all men, how to take rejection and stop being so damn fragile, because you complain about everything.
Well, I mean, Al, you got to remember, a lot of these men are raised by women, so really they never got a chance to see what a man looks like.
Well,
so
you know, that's an excuse because there's a lot of men.
That's not an excuse.
No,
that's an observation. A
That's
lot of these dudes are emotional.
that's
they
an
act out of
excuse
emotions.
because I know men who raise their sons and all they do is talk about sports, how they treat women like 304s, but when it comes to presentation and delivery of running a household, they belly flop. So you can't blame that on a single mother because it's the single mama that raised the baby, because if the man wasn't a toxic man and he stayed to raise his kids, they wouldn't be having that problem. So you can't put it on the single mamas. You got to put it on the man too.
What
That she
made
didn't
you
make
so
the baby
feminine?
out of her own. Say what?
What made you feminine?
No, I'm not feminine. I'm just me because I can get it on both sides. I don't have a problem getting women. I don't have a problem getting men. I'm comfortable with mine, and I do me. It's the problem is that men are very fragile. That's why y'all women are always getting something behind y'all back, and y'all will never find out anyway. Because if he's 12 and you only 6, you will never know.
Well, thank you, Al. We appreciate
God
your
bless you.
commentary
Goodbye. Be
always.
safe, bro. I love you. Maybe that was feminine of me. Maybe that was emotional of me to tell another man I love him.
Woo!
It is what it is.
Great conversations that we have had here on these airwaves. But I think now I'm just going to wrap it up. We go to the rabbit hole.
We finna go to the rabbit hole,
Yeah, we
bro.
go to the rabbit hole, bro.
All right, let's do that,
Al
Johnny.
did a mic drop.
I love it.
I have nothing else to say.
What?
Shout out, not really a city girl, though. She was
What
making
she
some
said?
really good points.
What she said,
I'm
though?
going to just
Read
read
that,
it real
Johnny.
quick. So the first one she said was, this is about to backfire on women real bad, talking about the T app, because she says, wait until an app comes out dropping the T on the women. And she also goes on to say, just because it didn't work out in that previous relationship, it doesn't mean that the next relationship will be a failed attempt as well. That is so true. And then lastly, what I really think she said here, dang, I don't even know where it is. Oh, she said the new T app is like an employer bad-mouthing a former employee to future employers, blocking them from getting hired. But overall, just in general, just don't put nothing past nobody. That's all I'll say. Women out here be bad, men out here be bad, and just protect yourself. All right? Protect yourself.
Yeah, Protect yourself, man. Protect yourself, because really there's bad people on both sides. And just let y'all know, even when it comes down to the whole sex trafficking idea, even if you do get a woman driver and you feel safer because there's a woman, a lot of times women, for whatever reason, help the sex trafficking stuff happen a lot more than even men. So it's just something to be wary of. But it is time for us to go down the
rabbit hole.
Truth Nation, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experience in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. So, today's Truth Nation, we could talk about how, and this is just a theory of mine. We're going to talk about a theory of mine, all right? I'll make it really quick, brief, and short. A lot of times we talk about the Bible. A lot of times people think about the 144,000 people that God said will ascend to heaven. But then I got a thought, and again, this is a theory of mine. What if the 144,000 doesn't represent a number of people? However, it represents a frequency your body needs to be in alignment with before you ascend to heaven. We could talk about that, Truth Nation. But no, today, Truth Nation, we're going to talk about a question I have. And that question is, why are men so soft today? All right, why are men so soft today? Why are men so effeminate today? All right, why are men not the old traditional men that we saw in yesteryears? Why are they looking more like Saucy Santana each and every day? We want to know. So, with that being said, Truth Nation, stand back and stand by for the next 3 minutes to take a juice break. Because when we come back, we finna take a trip down the rabbit hole. Why are men so soft? And I'm talking SpongeBob soft. Why are men so soft? I'm talking Patrick Star soft.
Dang, why SpongeBob getting strays, bro?
Mickey Mouse soft.
Bro, Mickey teach a lot of lessons, bro.
I am talking about soft as your girl's buns that somebody was beating up last night. Soft.
Soft as a couch and a mattress that you need to get from Steinhoffels.
Ooh, and a pillow.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel.
Ready to join the fun? With Girl Scouts Extended Year Membership from Girl Scouts,
you can sign up by June 30th and get up to 18 months of adventure through September 30th, 2026.
Girls starting kindergarten or first grade in 2025 will also receive 3 Get Ready with Girl Scouts activity books,
featuring games, crafts, and stories the whole family will love, for free. Plus, you'll even get a special gift from the Girl Scouts. Join today and get ready to grow, explore, and shine with Girl Scouts.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive On collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Southbound on 41, we do have delays from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound, your usual delays from Mayfair up to Hampton. Southbound 43, just a couple of pockets. One just south of Capitol Drive, one just heading past Silver Spring. Eastbound 94, we are slowing down from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange to about 35th. Westbound is squeaky clean for the Marquette all the way to the county line. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, hot, humid, chance for rain or storms. A high of 90 at the state line, 85 further north. Tonight, slight chance for rain or storms, mostly cloudy with a low of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Jammin' with Juice on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
Hey, it's your girl Noni Juice here for my people over at Steinhoffel's. And are you looking to get your best night's sleep? Well, you can get it with a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhoffel's. Experience Tempur-Pedic's advanced pressure relieving power, designed to help make aches and pains. Yeah, y'all know them things. It can be a thing of the past. Right now, Queen Hybrids start at just $52 a month with Steinhoffel's 60-month financing. You don't got to pay it right away. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you can get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Upgrade with an anti-snore adjustable base for your best sleep yet, you guys. Steinhoffel's, it's your mattress destination, so make sure you shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com today. Now, welcome back, y'all. Shout out to Benjamin. You know, with the ad libs, getting it cracking this morning. Making it feel good. You know, people rolling out that Tempur-Pedic bed feeling so lovely.
Right, man.
Ooh, I love that.
Getting that Steinhoffel. Steinhoffel's going to treat you right, man.
Oh,
Make sure
facts.
you sleep right.
Ooh.
Make sure your whole entire life goes right if you shop at Steinhoffel's.
But welcome back, you guys. It's Jammin' with Juice, and we are about to take a trip down Benjamin's lovely rabbit hole.
Sex me so good, I say blah, blah, blah. Okay, so first off, Truth Nation, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information. Missy Elliott.
We're crazy, bro.
Okay.
What do people really think when they listen?
You know, like these dudes, man, whatever. I'm not going to put that on us, but I know people be laughing. You know, we probably entertain them in the morning. You know, that's what we do. You know, but anyway, so first off, Truth Nation. Okay,
I'm done.
Okay, so first off, Truth Nation, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experience in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another. Up until your curiosity is satisfied. All right, because I just want to do that now. I gotta go listen to Missy Elliott after this show is done, bro. She's spazzing.
Bro, I done kicked in the autism, bro. I'm so sorry, fam.
This the ADHD that kicked in. It's all good, man. This is where we at, man. We all got some kind of mental health issues in 2025.
Clearly.
Yeah. This is all like Epstein Island, if you will. Anyway, so today, Truth Nation, for July 24th, 2025. All right, my rabbit hole question. Why are men so soft today? All right, actually began with me as a shorty. Me, Lil Benny, as a little YN, trying to become a man one day. All right, man, it stuck with me. This whole entire idea and concept stuck with me since I was a kid because something happened to me as a kid. All right, something happened to me as a kid. All right, and I gotta put this out there. So just to let y'all know, Truth Nation, when you are a young boy growing up in a house led by women, my mom and my sister, all right, the women are going to do some things to make you a little bit more tough. All right, They want to make sure that you grow up big and strong. They want to make sure you got muscles on top of your muscles. They do other things, you know. They want to make sure that you got so many muscles that your eyeballs got muscles. You know, they believe that you should have muscles on top of your eyeballs. That's how tough and strong my mom and my sister expected me to be. All right, and I remember one time to test out how tough I was. I remember my mom and my sister said, Benjamin, come downstairs. We got something we need you to do. All right, my
Oh yeah.
I told you the story.
Yeah.
Crazy. So my little butt, says, "I'm coming, Mom. I'm coming down the stairs right now." And boom, they hit me with the most toughest, manliest alpha male test they could think of. And they said, "Benjamin, we want you to touch the iron while it's hot." All right. And my little brain sensed immediate danger as tears began to drop down my face. Mama, you want me to touch the iron? But it's hot, Mama. I don't care. You will never grow up to become a real man, Benjamin, if you don't touch this hot iron.
That's your evil mom voice, bro.
Yeah, that's my evil mom voice and stuff. Shout out to my mama, I love you. All right, but she said, "You will never be a real man if you don't touch this iron." All right, and guess what I did? All right, guess what little Benjamin did, y'all? All right, I looked at that iron, I turned around and cried while running up the stairs to my bedroom and cried to my dog. So much so I cried myself to sleep. And I asked myself, how are those girls going to tell me what a real man is? They are girls, all right? They could never understand what it's like to be a man. And like I said, I cried myself to sleep that day. But I never lost the image and words that were engraved in my mind that day. You will never be a real man if you don't touch this hot iron. Which took me down my rabbit hole, Truth Nation. Why are men in this generation so soft? How are these women going to tell me what it's like to be a real man when they were never a man to begin with? Right? In today's time, we got women becoming men. All right, all those trans men out there. We've got men becoming women. All the transgender dudes out there. We got women dictating what a man is, and we got men in limbo trying to figure out if they are alpha male, beta male, or sigma male. All right, or whatever other archetype they want to be. But I found a video while I was scrolling on my timeline, y'all, that shows examples of how we got here, why men of today are so soft. Because it seems nobody wants to be a man at all anymore. So, DJ Glenn, can you take us down that rabbit hole?
A man's man was storming the beaches of Normandy. They knew most of them were going to lose their lives, but they're like, nope, I'm doing this because this is what men are supposed to do. Today, people are storming the beaches of their couch to play Call of Duty. 40, 50 years ago, without social media, we had to go learn how to pick up girls and flirt and have lines and be rejected. Today, you just got to swipe right. Years ago, you had to learn how to hunt to get your food. Today, you just call Uber Eats. Are men becoming pansies? Are they becoming soft? Just maybe they're trying to get women to become stronger and men to become weaker. Maybe. 1944, a man's man.
Cut that, DJ Glenn. There you have it, Truth Nation. Maybe that's why men of today are too damn soft. They're so damn soft. Maybe it's because men of today don't have to endure any real struggle. All right, just like a little Benjamin, I didn't have to touch that hot iron. I didn't see it to be a need. It wasn't necessary for me to touch this iron to become a real man. However, when I did get older, I definitely did touch that iron just to prove to myself that I could touch a hot iron. All right. The joke's on you, Mom. I became a real man. All right. But maybe that's why men today are soft, because they don't have to endure any real struggle. Or maybe because comfort culture has put life on easy mode. As a man today, you don't have to go out and hunt and kill an elephant or a wild bison to feed your family. You can simply have DoorDash deliver some food out of convenience. Entertainment as well is at an all-time high. So I can play video games all damn day, sitting on my couch, killing and destroying my next target on Call of Duty, and at the same time avoid going outside facing any real danger. In 2025, the average man can afford to live in comfort instead of having to live through any type of real struggle. All right, and despite where you believe mankind originated, our ancestors, how our DNA was developed, truly had to go outside, hunt, fight, and kill, all for the survival of themselves and their families. So that's a clear juxtaposition of where we are today. And don't get me started talking about all the statistics about how men today in their 20s have about the same testosterone levels of men in their 70s from the 70s. All right, so basically every male in their 20s right now, I'm talking about today, right now, have about the same testosterone levels as Red Foreman from that 70s show. All right, and I believe society attributes to the softening of today's generation of men in a big way, from the hormones injected into our foods to the microplastics we ingest each and every day that ultimately feminize young boys' hormones, turning what could have been or would have been testosterone into estrogen. All right, and or destroying the testosterone levels and diminishing them generation after generation. And if you don't believe me, look towards our YCs. You know, our young crackers. All right, erectile dysfunction is happening to them younger, and their sperm cell counts are ever decreasing, with most publications finding smoking and plastics to blame. Me personally, I think they want the majority of us to be as effeminate as possible so the alpha males can come through and screw all of us. That's what I think. But anyway, Truth Nation, that was the end of my rabbit hole. Call in, text in at 833-212-1017. Why are men so soft today? Was it the feminine movement that made us this way? Was it being told that being a man, you have to become toxic and worship toxic masculinity so nobody would want to become a man? Or is this Mother Nature's sick way of saying there's too many sausages in the party and we need more buns? Either way it goes, Truth Nation, just remember this one thing, this one quote I'm going to put out there. Strong men create good times create weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. That's the end of my rabbit hole, Truth Nation. Call in, text in at 833-212-1017. When we return, we'll take a few phone calls.
Don't touch that dial. You are jamming with Juice on 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Like and subscribe to our 1017 The Truth YouTube channel. Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
This is Jammin' with Juice on 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Shout out to the Juicy Jammers riding the wave.
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Black Business Give Back Spotlight this Friday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We will be joined by Felicia, owner of Gimme Cake, and we will discuss what inspired her to start a Southern-style cake made from scratch business and why she offers commercial kitchen space for other business owners to use. So again, tune into the Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Gimme Cake this Friday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Now, welcome back, everyone. You are tapped into, sipping on, waking up to Jammin' with Juice, and we are about to wrap up the show with a bow, giving you our drop of juice here as we just took a trip down the rabbit hole. And Ben wants to know, like, why y'all being so soft? Like, what's going on? Like, what's really tea? You know, like, we trying to figure out why men today are not as masculine as, you know, the ones in the past.
Right. Maybe it's because we got like Drake doing duck lip photos. I don't know. Call in, text in 833-212-1017.
Yeah, let's go to Blake real quick. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer? Blake, and good morning.
What's up, family? Y'all made me call in.
Hey, we love it.
Y'all gonna do it. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy Tsunami Thursday.
Okay, I'm on my break, so that's good. I get to pull over and park. Now, I'm not soft. I'm mean as I can't even say it because I used to be mean on purpose. I used to feed off of adrenaline, you know. And when you're violent, and it's in my nature to be protective. But my daughters made me. She's 34, 25, and 20 and 21. So I have 3 daughters and I have 4 stepdaughters.
Yeah.
And I'm mean to everybody, but everybody's like, so he just like that. He ain't like, you know, before I was shot up, I got shot up in the bar fight. I was doing security. That's how I didn't play pro ball. Everybody know me. I'm a ghetto superstar.
Yeah.
But what I've been through, watching my mama, her 12 sisters, grow up half men, go through stuff, and then me get old enough. My dad got 3 sisters. My mama got 12 sisters. So I got 2 uncles on one side. I got no uncles on the other side. So I learned by watching in the 70s. My dad's friends, my cousin's friends. Everybody had their house, or they had their ladies, or you know, my dad had 8 women outside my mama, and they were together since they were 17. They were married at 22. They divorced when I was 14. You know, and it's just watching men be selfish. And the way I am, dude, like once and then I got shot up, it's just like I'm not angry anymore because I lost my mom and my granny, but like my mindset. Walk up on me if you want to.
Do you think that made you more of a masculine man? And even when we talking about that, would you consider yourself an alpha male, a beta male, a sigma male?
There is no character to me. I'm a beast. I'm a self-controlled avalanche. Do you know how much damage avalanche can do? I choose not to destroy.
It can definitely destroy. Well, actually, avalanche just
watch an avalanche and then imagine it not crushing one blade of grass, destroying everything else.
Right.
That's what a man is. A man has no excuses. One thing about women, I'm gonna tell you this: you don't see no brothers in line. I'm gonna say it again. You don't see nobody at the club talking about, yeah, I gotta get stressed out for this cesarean. I'm gonna push this baby out the front or the back. We're not doing either. Because our stuff don't look like an elephant hose. Once the baby come out that hole in the front, and then in the back ain't nothing coming out the back. I hate going to the bathroom.
You crazy, Blake, but you know what?
Women are tougher than us.
We gotta finish up the show though, Blake. But thank you so much.
My point is, man, I ain't soft. It's just the wrong men are soft.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blake. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
And see, he up here talking about a man as a beast and stuff. Now you got more women scared than ever.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think we're, as a society, still trying to figure out what it really means to be a masculine man. Because some people think being a masculine man means you have to be aggressive, and that's not necessarily the case. You know, like you can definitely be soft and still be depending on how you want to define being soft.
Can be a nurturing man.
But exactly. That's a better word for it. You can be nurturing and still be masculine. You know, and I think we're now trying to figure out what that real balance is, especially mixing in the ideas of having healthy mental health and having those types of conversations as well. But yeah, I will say this is my drop of juice real quick though. I think men, and I have seen studies and reports that have said that the men of today are going to be better fathers than the ones of yesteryear because they grew up without a father, to the point where they don't want to put their kids through that, and they want to be there, they want to be present. So I will say we are birthing some of the best fathers and men as of right now who want to be a part of, you know, their kids' lives. I will say that.
Hey, like I said before, weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. So that's where we at right now. I'm glad to be a part of the strong man generation.
Yes. Appreciate y'all so much for tapping into, sipping on, waking up to Jammin' with Juice this morning. Let's do it again on this Sip to That Friday. Tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. You know right where to find us, right here on 101.7 The Truth is Jammin' with Juice, baby. I'm your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. Shout out Ben Jammin.
It's amazing.
We got Glenn on the ones and twos. We got white boy Andrew, or I want to call him Invader Zim back there, who you guys will meet sometime soon. And yeah, y'all sip on that. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is up next. Good morning, Milwaukee. Have a safe rest of your day. All right?
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth, hosted by me, your boy, BNG.